Welcome to Pydle Day 151. Pydle is a daily puzzle you need to solve by writing Python code. Today's Pydle is a birthday cake. It says happy 14th birthday. That's dedicated to my son, who turns 14 today. If you remember, there was a previous Pydle, Pydle number 70, which is also a birthday. That was for my daughter. Okay, so let's get back to Pydle 151. So have a go at solving that. The pattern, the candles is not quite in a kind of pattern, so it's a little bit of trickiness you need to do there. Okay, but let's have a look at yesterday's Pydle. I will now solve it to give you some hints if you're not quite confident how to solve Pydles. So this is a very cute little owl. So let's have a go at solving the owl. Okay, other than black, the most abundant pixels are brown. So let's go after the browns. It is symmetrical around the y-axis, so we can use Cartesian coordinates for x. So -2 to 3, but for y, we're just going to keep that as Pydle coordinates. Okay, so let's have a look. So if y equals 3, that's definitely brown. Okay, so that is a brown stripe. Let's make that brown. Okay, now that looks like an X. So let's see what we can do about that. So something, if this was on the origin, we could have said absolute value of x equals absolute value of y. So you can see the corners. So if you had a full cross, that would work. We said absolute value of x equals absolute value of y. Now we can do the same by saying absolute value x equals absolute value of y minus 1. Why minus 1? Because the origin of our, or the center point of our x is offset at y equals 1. So if we minus that, then we should be able to just fill in the cross with that equation. So let's see if that works. We didn't quite get that right. So if y equals 3, or I got the or. Okay, so that worked with that expression, absolute value of x equals absolute value of y minus 1. Okay, hopefully you're happy with that. Okay, now we're just going to tackle the yellows and the oranges in one go. So we can say alif absolute value of x equals 1. Let's just do that one first. So if we do just one color, we'll do it properly in a bit. Let's start with the orange. Okay, so that has got the right pixels. It's targeting there. We're still missing the one there. So now we need to distinguish between yellow and orange. So we can say yellow if y equals 1, else orange. range. So that's the line where y equals 1. Okay. Now we also need to include that pixel, and that is where x or x equals 0 equals, and then what is y there? Y is 2. So if we wanted to make y pixel there equal to 0, we have to say equals y minus 2. Okay. And that solves the Pydle. So quite a bit more characters than some of our other solutions. I think the best we've done is 89. This is a little bit more complicated. So here, if you haven't done the cute little owl, have a go now. Or otherwise, just try and solve today's Pydle. And I'll see you again tomorrow.